Hey everybody, it's Colby Mills with Legacy Point Realty. I'm here for the July recap, go over the numbers for North Texas and see what the market did. Okay, the first thing we're going to look at is the number of units sold for the market. Again, I normally look at the seven northernmost counties in North Texas, so Dallas, Tarrant, Collin, Denton, Cook, Grayson, and Fannin. As you can see, with the exception of Denton, Grayson, and Fannin, everybody was down for the month of July year over year, and down quite a bit. Like I said, except for Denton and Grayson and Fannin counties, who had a really good July number of units sold. If you look at the year to date, again, Denton and Grayson County are the only ones up in the positive or an increase year over year, and the rest of the markets are down. Some significantly, some just a little bit. So overall, in these seven counties, you're looking at about a 1.75% decrease in number of units sold year over year. As far as the median sales price, one of the things that we have been seeing consistently all year is that the median sales prices are still on the increase. So yes, we're seeing fewer properties sell. However, we are seeing, for the most part, except for Cook County, the median sales price have a year-over-year increase. Grayson County being probably the best out of all of these seven counties. So it's still a healthy increase year over year. 1.65 is nothing to turn a nose at, and even year over year for July, almost 3%. That's a pretty sizable increase that sellers are seeing on the property values. For the months of inventory, we're still hovering around the 3 to 3.5 months, which means that we are still in a pretty strong seller's market. They say a good healthy market that is not either heavy for sellers or great for buyers, or heavy for buyers is the 5 to 6 month range, and we've been consistently at about 3 to 3.5 this year, and the only exception would be Cook, and even sometimes Fannin County. They've been on the higher end, but again, it's still a pretty good seller's market, even though we're seeing fewer units sold per month. Days on market. This is one that I wanted to add this time, just to kind of give an idea of sellers are saying, well, we're not seeing multiple offers on the first day or the first week, and here's why: is because it's pretty much taking longer to sell a property. If you look at Cook County, Grayson County, we're seeing 2 to 3 weeks, 3 weeks to almost a month longer to sell a property year over year in July. And so that really, people are saying, it's been kind of slow. Well, it seems slow because we've had such a fantastic past couple of years where things are selling so quick, and on average, we're taking 10 days longer to sell a property. So that's a good reason as to why it may feel like it's slowing down. It's not necessarily slow; it's just more realistic. We're not seeing things go, multiple offers, 15,000 over sales price or anything like that. So that explains that. And the last matrix that I want to look at is the close price to list price. So what this is this looks at the actual sales price versus the original list price and what we're seeing. Last year, a year and a half ago, we were seeing a lot of these numbers be 100, 101, 102%, and sellers weren't having to negotiate very much. We're not in that market anymore. That market is gone. I don't see. I mean, occasionally there are some properties that are getting above ask price because it's such a fantastic property, but the market as a whole, we're not seeing that. We're actually seeing year over year a decrease in the actual close price to list price. July of 2018 was we were seeing it even back then, 98.5%, which again is still, you're still getting, let's just say if you're asking 100,000, you're getting 98.5, and you're only $1,500 off. That's still a pretty strong sales price for the property, but we are seeing that is decreasing year over year, and it has been. I know I haven't had these in my market updates for most of this year, and I wanted to add it to this time because it's something that I think is important for people to see and know that, hey, there are sellers that are negotiating. They're not getting 100%, and that really helps with sellers that have heard for the past 4 or 5 years I'm sorry, past 3 or 4 years, that hey, we're getting above ask, we're getting multiple offers, we're not having to negotiate. Well, that's just not true. Maybe 3 years ago, yes, but now sellers are negotiating. They're not getting everything. They are coming down off the sales price a little bit, especially whenever you look at the days on market, how much longer it's taken to sell, and the fact that there's still more inventory. I mean, I know it's only 3.5 months, but still, there's plenty of inventory out there for buyers. So all this data is showing us that we're still in a good real estate market. It's not as strong as a seller's market. I mean, you can look at the months on hand. You can look at any one of these matrix and it'll point to, oh, it's a strong seller's market, or oh, we're turning to a buyer's market. But really, you got to look at all this data combined, and what does it tell us? It tells us that we are in a seller's market. It's not as strong as it has been. It's a healthy market. You hear prices are coming down. Well, that's not true. Prices are, except for I think Fannin and Cook County, prices are on the increase year over year. So you got to look at the data, and you got to know exactly what it's showing us, and it's showing us that we are in a healthy real estate market. I appreciate you guys paying attention, and I've had several of y'all reach out and ask questions. Please feel free. I love answering questions. If you want more information on a specific neighborhood, a city, or maybe a county that I didn't cover on here, please let me know. I can do this just as easy for a specific city or community as I can for the entire county. You just reach out and let me know. Until next month, y'all have a fantastic month, and we will talk to you soon.